Before starting, let me introduce myself. I am Radhe Verma. Okay, I am also a corporate, engineer. So I have 15 plus years of experience working as solution architect in one of the MNC. Okay, and when I will teach you any of the terminology, let us say either it is F5, in F5 it is LTM, GTM, ASM, either CCIE Enterprise, Python for automation, okay, including Django or maybe Nexus and blah, blah, blah. So whatever technology we read over here together, okay, that will solve three purposes. Purpose number one, you would be able to get the detailing about all of the terminologies for that particular technology. Okay, you will get everything regarding the same with practical. So as a complementary, all of you people will get the lab so that you not only reading it theoretically, but you are going through the practical thing by your own. Second thing, or with respect to the certification, if you wanted to go, you can go for the certification also. And on the top of that, I will be gonna talk about the interviews. Okay, what are the interviews question? Because from the past approximately now 8-9 years, I am taking the interviews. Okay, for the even not for L3 but L4 profile as well. So what kind of questions you can expect, that I would be gonna talk about. Okay, and if there is some prod kind of stuff like in the production, how the work comes, okay, what kind of scenarios are there, how you can prove that it is not onto your bin if the issue is not from F5, okay, or maybe from the LTM, GTM, or ASM. If it is from the F5, how to troubleshoot it for proactively so that the issue should not be go for the P1 or P2. Okay, before that you can able to give the resolution. So those kind of approach, okay, because troubleshooting isn't nothing but it is an approach. So those kind of approach you need to be take care of. Okay, so that we will be going to talk end to end in our classes. I can see one more person joined, and due to the Zoom bug, your name changed to the Zoya Sangwan. So please introduce about yourself so that we can change your name.
Akash.
Akash. Okay. Thank you, Akash, for joining. So Zoya, please change the name. His name is Akash. And one person more joined with the name of Mohammed. So would you please introduce yourself, Mohammed? Like, are you aware about F5 or no? From which country you are? How much experience you have? Very little introduction, not much. Okay, Akash, maybe you can introduce. No?
Yeah, so my name is Akash. So I have around 12 years of experience. And in LTM also I'm working since 5 years. So, and in networking I have around 12 years experience.
Okay, great. So
I'm here to check that what type of benefit I can take from your institute.
Sure. Welcome. You're welcome. Okay. So again, because couple of few people, come over here, let me introduce again about myself. My name is Radhe Verma. Okay, so you can just call me Radhe, and we can proceed in the class. So here in this class, I am talking about F5 LTM. Okay, LTM stands for Local Traffic Manager. See, F5 Networks is a company, is an organization. Okay, there are a couple of modules into that. One of them is Big IP. There can be Big IQ, or more of their product suite are there. But we are focused on the Big IP family. In the Big IP family, again, there are so many products. Okay, so F5 organization, Big IP product suite. Inside into it, the name what you people were taking: LTM, GTM, ASM, APM, AFM, ARM, okay, and a lot of products are there. But mostly people are aware about LTM, GTM, ASM. They used to take this name like LTM, GTM, ASM. LTM stands for Local Traffic Manager, right? The one for which we all are here, and we will be going to learn about this terminology. Don't worry, we will be starting up with the LTM. But before going ahead, let me talk about a couple of them. One module, GTM. Okay, GTM. The Global Traffic Manager, it was the previous name, okay, former name. The new name is DNS. So this, as you can see the name, it is related to what? DNS. In DNS, especially, it is related to the intelligent DNS regulation. Okay, so probably when you guys will come for the GTM, I will be gonna talk more about the GTM module, how GTM works, what kind of facility DNS is, what kind of intelligent DNS regulation. Okay, what are the local bind, or maybe lot of DNS cache, and lot of things I would be gonna talk about there in the GTM classes. Then ASM. What is ASM? ASM again, previous name. Okay, the new name is Advanced Web. Advanced. So WAF is a firewall. Which kind of firewall? Web application firewall. Okay, WAF, web application firewall. So this is nothing but you can say a dedicated firewall which is dedicated for web traffic. When we are talking about web traffic, it means layer 7. It can be HTTP, okay, although HTTP is not secure, it can be HTTPS. Then what kind of IP headers are there? What kind of attack signatures? Okay, what kind of cookies, redirection domain, URLs, parameters? All of those things we should be aware when we are gonna learn about F5 LTM. Sorry, ASM. That is Advanced Web. So in Advanced Web, we will be gonna learn about the web traffic. Then what kind of vulnerabilities are there? What are OWASP's top 10 vulnerabilities? How to mitigate them? But again, it's not the agenda of today's class because we are only concerning about LTM. Similarly, there is APM, okay, the policy manager, AFM, the firewall manager, okay, ARM, the routing, if you wanted to go with the route module. So there is route module also from the F5. So the routing infrastructure also you can set up. Now, in market, you guys are already aware that F5 is on boom. Okay. Although there is Citrix also, there are a lot of other KMP, okay, Imperva, maybe there are a lot of vendors available, but F5 is one of them which is leading the market. Okay, and that is the reason, like if you are going for the LTM for the F5, it is bit like you are going for the CCNA, right? So CCNA in your initial days, you guys are aware, like CCNA is what? Cisco course, right? Cisco certification. But when you are going for the Cisco, whatever you learn about the IP addressing, the IP addressing is same either if you are going for the Arista, you are going for the Juniper, or maybe you are going for the Dell or HP, any of the vendor, no? Similarly, if you are reading about the NAT, you are reading about the ACLs, you are reading about a lot of other concepts. Those are same throughout across the different vendors. Similarly, when you are going with the F5 LTM, some of the concepts like the pools, the pool member, the virtual server, the persistence, these all things would be same across different vendors. Okay. So if you're working on the Citrix, it may happen that the command line is changed. It may happen that the GUI interface is changed. But eventually, you would be aware that what is the role of the persistence. You would be aware that, okay, what is the role of the virtual server? Although if you guys are not aware about these terms, it's perfectly fine because we will be going to start with the initial classes only. And as I told you, not from the theoretical part, but with respect to the certification, with respect to the production issues, troubleshooting, with respect to the interviews, we will be going to cover all the aspects of this theoretical and practical training, both. Okay, so it's a comprehensive training for you guys, starting from the level 0, and we will be gonna proceed further to the abstract level, that if you are working on your organization as an L2, L3, whatever, you can go with your migrations. Okay, you can handle the migration single-handed. So that kind of confidence you should have. If you say that, okay, I know LTM, you should be able to migrate by your own, right? So it's that kind of confidence is there. It means, yeah, you are aware about it. If no, then you have something to learn there. Okay, so you can evaluate yourself for the same. Okay. Anything which I need to describe in the same, or should I proceed further, guys? Although it was very basic what I was talking about. Yeah. Okay. I hope no. So what is the agenda? Agenda, I hope I already explained about the agenda, that okay, we are gonna talk about the F5 LTM thing. Okay, LTM, there was one more term written over there, ADC, application delivery controller. Okay, so what is that? That is nothing that describe that LTM is not only the load balancer. LTM is not only the load balancer. So load balancing you can achieve through the routers also, but that is very typical round robin, right? So it's not about the load balancing, it's not about the load balancer, but it is more way far beyond than that. Okay, probably I would be gonna talk about couple of the points so that you can make it out that okay, yeah, it is not a load balancer, but more than that. I'm not limited to only those points, because we have the limitation of the class timing, right? Because it is a demo. So I would be going to explain in the classes like how it is more and more than that. But let me just talk about a couple of the points. One of you, please tell me, have you heard about this term, TCP Express? Anybody? Yes, no? I will not gonna say to explain until unless you don't want to explain. But have you heard about this term, TCP Express? No? Okay. I hope you must have heard about TCP IP. Yeah. Come on, guys, be it interactive. Okay. It's not a interview session. So if you will be interactive, that would be good for us. So what is TCP IP? TCP IP is nothing. It is a bit like your protocol. Yeah. TCP and UDP, there are two protocols. Everybody is aware on the layer 4, right? In the OSI model, when we talk about the OSI model. So there is TCP, UDP, this kind of protocols. Then out of TCP and UDP, everybody is aware TCP is the protocol which is connection oriented, UDP not connection oriented. Okay, it is connectionless. Most of the applications work on TCP, right? So I could say that 90% of the applications work on TCP. And since 90% of the application working on the TCP, it means TCP is something which cannot be avoidable, right? So how TCP work? Everybody is aware the three-way handshake, right? Although it is a four-way handshake, but yeah, we can say that it is three-way handshake. I will explain, like, if you want, how it is four and why it is known as the three-way handshake. Because earlier, what happened is, it is like SYN. Okay, there is a client or maybe source, there is a server, it sends SYN packet, it sends acknowledgement that okay, I received. Then it will send the SYN packet that okay, I am also wanted to synchronize, and it will say ACK. Later on, change in the RFC, they say why to send two messages instead of those two. Let it be in the collaborative way, one message. So that is the reason it is SYN. It is SYN plus ACK. Yes. In the single, and then ACK 1, 2, 3. But earlier it was 4. Proposed was 4. But in the RFC it is 3. I hope you guys are aware about RFC. Yes or no? Be interactive, please.
No, sir.
No? Okay. RFC is nothing that whenever you wanted to make, or maybe whenever any team is creating a protocol, they need to publish some kind of white papers. Okay, request for comments, it is named as. So this contain each and every bit of that protocol. So that is the TCP/IP RFC. Similarly, the RFC for the OMP, if you talk about the SD-WAN with Taylor, yeah. If you talk about BGP, MPLS, each and every protocol has their own RFC. Similarly, what I was talking about, there is an RFC of the TCP/IP. Okay, what FI team does? FI team is very excellently work on the TCP/IP, and they provided a ton of improvements in the TCP/IP techniques, and those improvements are even suggested in the TCP main original TCP/IP RFC also. Okay, they provided that, okay, such kind of improvement even you can also do. What this improvement does, these improvements is bit like minimize the effect of the congestion, maybe minimize the packet loss, or the recovery should be the fast. So TCP/IP stack contain 100 of improvements from the F5 people. Okay, that affect on both the WAN side and the LAN side. What is the WAN and LAN side? Let us say this is your F5. If traffic is coming from the internet, it is WAN side. It is going to your DC, LAN, it is LAN side. So both sides, even towards the WAN side, towards the LAN side, your traffic, how it in the congestion, your traffic should behave, that kind of thing. In the TCP/IP, I'm talking about especially. Okay, that is somewhat, very much improved in TCP Express. This is a term which F5 people used. Got it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You please tell me, because most of you were saying that you are already aware about F5. So I am starting from the little bit advanced level. If you say, I can come back to the level 0, but because it is a demo and I wanted to teach you something new even in the demo, so that is the reason I am, touching some of the topics which maybe seems new to you guys. Okay. I hope TMOS architecture, you people are already aware that by default it is full proxy. So full proxy, you guys aware about full proxy? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
What is full proxy? If you wanted to tell, maybe you can tell.
I think it's like a three-way handshake between client and the destination. Separate sessions.
Separate sessions, right. So maybe let me go to the NetMinion blog, and I will give you one of the very good article about this. Not here in F5, maybe F5 LT. Okay. You guys please go through this article. Okay, this article is really explaining well about the reverse proxy, forward proxy, full proxy, what is the connection table, and all of the stuff. Okay, you can go through it and you will feel like that, okay, there is properly mentioned everything over there. Now, let's come to the full proxy. Akash, I hope you were saying, right? Who was mentioning currently? Akash, you were there, right?
Manjeet.
Manjeet. Okay. Thank you, Manjeet. So there is client, there is server. In between, there is router. How the traffic will flow? If this is TCP/IP, there would be SYN packet, there would be SYN ACK, and there would be ACK. This is how the traffic will flow. SYN, SYN ACK, ACK. What is the purpose of this device, this router? This router is providing the routing. If it would have been the switch, it would be providing the switching. Similarly, if we have the client, we have the server, and now instead of any other unit, I am putting the F5. Especially in the F5, I am talking about LTM here. The story would be a little bit different. How? The story would be F5 is the one who is entertaining the traffic now. And F5 will initiate the traffic on behalf of client. So this is client, this is server. But the destination earlier was server directly. In this case, what is the destination? F5. Since F5 is intercepting the traffic, reading about the traffic, can manipulate the traffic also. That is the reason it is named as full proxy. Not only one side, not only client side, but the server side also. Okay. If it would have only from the client side, but not from the server side, it would be forward proxy. If it is only from the server side, but not from the client side, it would be reverse proxy. But in this case, full proxy is a combination of the forward proxy and the reverse proxy both. So TMOS architecture is the traffic management operating system, which is built upon the Linux. Okay, F5 people created the TMOS architecture, and TMOS architecture by default is the full proxy. By default, I'm saying. Okay, later on you will feel like that it's in some time it is not full proxy even. Okay, we have the requirement for the same. That I will be gonna talk about each and every scenario. Like in which scenario you can say to your client that no, this kind of onboarding is not required at all. Okay. So when you will give the suggestions, when you will provide some kind of value addition to your project, that would be taken into the consideration into your appraisal cycle and all of those things, right? Yeah. So any doubt in the full proxy?
Sir, when I send a request to server, in between F5 has came, then client sent to the request for F5 in behalf of the client. F5 sent to the server. This is called the full proxy, na?
Yes. So full proxy means F5 is intercepting both of them.
Mean that.
Let me give you an example. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So let us say it is F5 LTM. It is server. Okay. Server is hosting a website, abc.com. This website on the server IP is 10.1.1.1. Here F5 this interface. Okay, maybe currently I am not talking about all the self IPs and all of the details. You just ignore that. But let us say this interface is IP 10.1.1.100. Client side, let us take the IP 192.168.1.1. Okay, I am taking the private range again to avoid any kind of confusion. So
Okay.
don't think like that. Okay, how the traffic will, the netting will be done, and all of the stuff. Please ignore all of those points. I would be going to talk about them in very detail, using the Wireshark, using the TCP dump, and all of the things we will be going to do. Don't worry. But currently, just I am trying to explain you how this will behave. So
Radha
here,
sir, and one more question, that if I will join your classes, means that how can I will do the practical? You will be provide the practical lab as well.
yeah, fine. This is your
Okay.
lab. Let me show you. Everybody of you will get this lab. Everybody has their own port. There are two LTM machines. These server forms. This is switch. This is PC. Let me show you how you can just log in. See, it is a PC, right? So if you make it bigger, make it as full screen, scale to window. Okay. So you can take the access of your F5 from here directly. Okay. So all of those things, don't worry, I will gonna teach you like how to go to this lab, how to prepare your own lab, what is the stuff. Like if you see here, NetMinion probably.
We will access the lab 24/7 or
Yeah,
it may
24/7, 24/7. So currently license is not there. Even I will be gonna show you the licensing part in the class. Okay.
Okay.
Because it is also part of your class. So how to generate the license, what to do, every step we will be gonna talk about. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what I was explaining is the packet would be bit like from 192.168.1.1. This would be your source, and destination
Yes.
would be your 192.168.1.100. This would be your destination. Okay. And the second packet will form from the F5 and the source would be same 192.168.1.1. Again, there is a disclaimer which I would be going to explain probably later on. If you people are aware, that is good. If you are not, even then it is good. Source will be 192.168.1.1 and destination would be 10.1.1.1. Is this part clear? So there are two parts. One, from here to here. Second, from here to here. Who is sending that traffic? F5. And then similarly, in the return way, it will be gonna go like that. So what I am saying as a disclaimer, okay, that I would be gonna clear in case of your SNAT class, when I would be gonna talk about SNAT and a lot of other things over the SNAT stuff. Any doubt?
Okay, okay.
That is full proxy. Okay. And since it is full proxy, there is very beautiful feature which F5 claims that only our product is providing the market.
Sir, when I create the policy on F5, then I will be mention the source as 192.168.1.1 and destination is 10.1.1. I have created the policy for that one. After that, I have netting
policy.
192.
Which policy you are talking about?
Means that if we are talking about the F5, सर मतलब मैं F5 का अगर कोई पॉलिसी बनाता हूँ कि मेरा ट्रैफिक 192.168.1.1 से है, मेरा डेस्टिनेशन 10.1.1 पर जा रहा है, तो इसके लिए मैं तो पॉलिसी में तो मैं सोर्स और डेस्टिनेशन यही रखूंगा, लेकिन क्या इसको मैं नेटिंग करूंगा कि 192 इस पर नेटिंग करी जाएगी, 192.168 का 1.1 का कोई ट्रैफिक आए मेरा F5 पर, तो वो फिर ये मेरा इसमें होकर जाए 10.1.1.100 में.
Don't worry. That I will tell you. Okay. Currently, you are just merging with the follower, if I am not wrong. Yeah. So it's not bit like the policies, but we need to make it over here. Okay. So it is very simple. You only need to create the virtual server. Okay. And in the virtual server, there is a pool. In the pool, there are pool members. Okay. There can be more than one server, like 10.1.1, 10.1.1.2. On the top of that, because Shoaib was speaking in Hindi, let me talk about the same thing over here. If all the people in the batch are understanding the Hindi, we can continue the batch in Hindi also. That's not a problem from my side. Okay. Currently, I don't know if somebody of you is not aware about Hindi. So that is the reason I am continuing in English only. But yeah, in batch, we can start up with the Hindi also. That is no barrier. Okay. So yeah, so coming to your question, it is bit like, yeah.
Okay, so are you going to cover each profile which is we are using in LTM?
Why not?
Are you going to cover this course is in for advanced level or for basic level?
From the basic level to the advanced level.
So are you going to cover like what is one connect and how it is working and the different type of profiles which we are using on the virtual servers? Are you going to cover that also?
Yes, that is the part of your curriculum. Profiles are very important. Profiles are very important. You should be aware about.
Can you please share what is the syllabus and what are the things you are going to cover?
Why not? Although it is there on the website, you please go to the netminion.net. Okay. Not only, I would say, so not only the F5, but you can go with the any of the syllabus. Yeah. Maybe CCIE, SD-WAN, cybersecurity, whatever you wanted to go. Just click on the course, whatever you wanted to look for. Scroll it down. Okay. Here is the syllabus. Click on download now button. Okay. And it will open a PDF for you guys. That PDF is open on my another screen. Maybe let me bring it out here. Okay. I hope you guys can able to see now.
My motto is want to know that it is advanced level, right?
See, Akash, That is what I am showing you.
No, point is, so whoever means the watching institutes are giving the training, they're only touching the means the basic parts, like how to create the pool, how to create the virtual server, what is persistent, and how many types of persistence is there, and how it is saving the connection table. Those basic things they're covering. So I want to know that are you going to use all the HTTP profile, SSL profile, like authentication, analytics, are you going to use? Means, yeah, show us the lab also?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, good.
Okay.
So
So, like you were saying about the SSL, not only the SSL profile, you guys should be aware about SSL authentication. How the SSL handshake happened, you should be aware about it. How many points are there in the SSL handshake? You should be aware about it. If there is some kind of issue in your organization, okay, you should be aware about that, okay, which kind of TLS version you are using, what kind of cipher suits you are using. So all of those things you should be aware about, right? So I would be going to explain about them. Rest, on the top of everything, I will repeat again, practice is the key. Guys, it is you who need to do the practice. It is you who need to do the revision.
So what
Okay.
is the hour of training?
It's approximately 20 plus hours. 20, 24, 22, bit like that. Maybe you can say 1.5 months. Because Saturday, 2 hours, Sunday, 2 hours. Okay. So approximately 1.5 months.
Does this course also includes GTM? I mean, big IP DNS.
Big IP DNS is a separate course, Manjit.
Yeah. Okay.
DNS is a separate course. ASM or Advanced Web, as I was talking about.
I mean, are we covering something about the GTM as well?
I am teaching the complete DNS if you wanted to, if you are interested in that.
So
Okay.
can you please explain a little bit about the catching of
Okay, go ahead, Manjit. You were saying something.
No, it's fine. So it's a different module, different course, right?
Yeah, different module, different things. So as I
Hmm.
was describing, again, different hours.
Yeah. Okay.
Different lab also.
Okay. I'll look into your website.
Sure. You can. And I hope you have provided your number to Zoya. Zoya will give you some of the videos also if you want. And even you can check it by your own self. Go to the YouTube. Okay. Go to the YouTube. Or maybe just let me search for the. Go to the YouTube, and there are a lot of videos available, even on the GTM, even on the ASM. You go to the playlist. Okay. And where is see, this is DNS. Okay, you go there and you can read about the different types of maybe videos also. For the LTM also, there are a lot of videos. Not only this, maybe you can go through Cisco ACI or whatever domain you are looking for. Probably you can go and you can read about. Okay.
So, I mean, who taught about? I mean, who teaches about Cisco ACI? Is it you or someone else?
No, someone else.
Okay.
You please go there and listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
You will
check.
able to understand like what is the level of the person, how he teach. And let me tell you, whosoever in the NetMinion, okay, whosoever in the NetMinion solutions, we have one policy that the person should be having 15 plus of years experience and the working professional.
Okay.
And that is the reason why whenever we are teaching, we can teach with that kind of confidence that what kind of the things you can expect in the production. Right? Not only the traditional teachers who are just there for teaching.
Okay.
So that is the reason we teach in Saturday and Sunday, because Saturday, Sunday is our off.
Yeah. We totally understand that.
Yeah.
you taught only F5, BEF.
No. So maybe we are, just
We are out of the track. Yeah.
out of the track.
Yeah.
But we can talk about that later on.
Yeah. Okay.
We can talk about that. So yeah, I was speaking about the full proxy. Full proxy. So in the full proxy, I was saying because it is full proxy, it can read about the traffic and it can manipulate the traffic. And there is one more feature, that is I rule. I hope you guys are aware about I rule. Yes or no? Okay, somebody joined over here with the name Zoya Sangwan.
On my
Sorry.
side, I don't know how we can create I rule.
It's all right. So give me a minute. Somebody joined with the name of Zoya Sangwan. That is a bug in the tool, Zoom tool. So you can please speak up your name so that we can change your name accordingly. The one who joined currently. Okay, Zoya, maybe you can check on the chat with him or her. So Shoaib and everybody, for your information, F5 claim that this kind of feature is only possible in F5. Okay. And due to this feature, F5 is really separate from each and other vendor. What is this feature is? It is providing you some kind of scripting, okay, some kind of scripting in the language of TCL. So tool command language, and this feature will make customized like make the request as per, fulfill the request as per the customization of the client, I would say. How? If we have a router will do the traditional layer 3 routing. If we have the firewall, it will do the traditional layer 4 or layer 5 or maybe layer 7 till layer 7 inspection. Okay. Similarly, if we have F5, there is a default behavior on F5 also. But what if customer requirement is something different, which is there in the F5 default behavior? In that case, F5 is saying you can write down your own scripting and F5 will obey that. Okay, that is your I rules. So I would be going to talk about I rule. We will be going to see couple of I rules in our lab also. And if you see, when I was showing you the LTM page on the NetMinion solution, can you see I just talked about that? Okay, bye I rule. Bye I rule introducing to the local traffic policy. So there is something named as local traffic policy, LTP also. Okay, we will be going to touch that part as well in our syllabus. Anybody aware about LTP, by the way? Have you worked on the LTP? No, it's all right. It's a GUI part. It is bit like the GUI of iRule. iRule is CLI thing, right? The syntax, you need to be aware about syntax, how to write down the iRules. You should be aware. But if you wanted to check with the GUI, like if else thing, this is the source, this is the destination, this should be the URI, let us say. Okay. So this is your statement and this is your action, bit like your route map. Route map is what? Match set, match set, match set. Bit like same. It is match and set. So this is your LTP and the GUI part. Again, I would be touching that part also in our lab. Okay. So far, any doubt to anybody? Anything you wanted to ask? Please ask that. From the topic what we covered. No? Sure. Then, since whenever you are putting the F5, you can implement it one of 3 mode. Maybe you can set up it into the cloud. You can set up it on the some of the VMs. Okay. So you can set up as a physical appliance also. Right. So when you need to migrate it, you should be aware that, okay, what kind of mode you are using. Either it is 1 arm or maybe the 2 arm. Okay, if you are not aware about this term, it's perfectly fine. I will be gonna explain about each and every terminology later on. But currently, since it is demo, I am touching couple of the points as per the audience knowledge, so that you can able to learn something because you joined it. Either you are joining the class or no, that is a separate stuff. But since you are giving your time to me, I am trying to give you some of the knowledge. So you can implement the F5 LTM in one of the one of the two mode, 1 arm, 2 arm kind of solution. Okay. So what is 1 arm? 1 arm is bit like router on stick. Router on stick. How? If you remember, earlier bit like every in traffic, out traffic goes through the one leg. Similarly on F5, we can have such kind of implementation. Why it required? Are we using it in the production right now also? If we are using, what should be the ideal practice? Are we going to talk about partitions? So for all of those things, I will say wait and watch. You will be going to cover all of these points in the classes, including partition. Okay, partition is something bit like your VPN v4, where you are creating the VRF on the routers, or maybe the VDCs you are creating on the Nexus. Okay, or maybe VCs, if I'm not wrong, on the firewalls. Similarly, here we can create the partitions, more than one partition we can create. What are the ideal ways? How we can achieve that? Probably please keep those questions with you. We will be going to talk about one by one in the comprehensive manner, from the basic to from the scratch to the advanced. Okay, but yeah, in the classes. 2 arm mode. 2 arm is bit like your inline, when in traffic is different and out traffic is different. Different legs we are using for the both. Okay, when to set up the 1 line, when to set up the 2 line? Probably, yeah, good questions, but please keep again for your classes. Okay. Now let me talk about, okay, what about this? Maybe we have covered about all of the stuff. We can talk about this traffic flow. That is a good one. Okay, good slide. So if we talk about the traffic flow, although we talked about the traffic flow before some time also. So here in the traffic flow, if you see, the client is making a request. When it make a request, it will go to the DNS server. DNS server will lead to an IP address. That IP address is nothing but the virtual server on F5. So if you see, who is hiding the request? It is your virtual server who is hiding your all of the backend nodes. So F5 is the one who is handling the traffic with respect to this client. Client is not aware that who is the exact, default server. For that, F5 is the one who is handling this. After that, there are a lot of servers. Request can go to any one of them. If you will ask, like, to whom the request should go, then again we should be aware about load balancing mechanism. In the load balancing mechanism, either it is static, either it is dynamic, or what kind of mechanism you are using. Those things you should be aware of. Once you are aware about those things, probably you can also answer about this stuff. So you can see from the NetMinion, from the client, request will go where? Request will go to the virtual server. And from virtual server, request will go where? Request will go to one of the backend pool member. And this is something named as DNAT. Destination netting. How? Source is same. Okay. Source is different here? No, source is same. So somehow in the slide, the port is little bit different, but don't look upon that. Source is same, but destination is getting changed. That is named as DNAT. Don't worry, we will be going to talk about them again. I am saying later on. Okay, so that is how your traffic flow would be. Similarly, the response will come from the pool member to the F5, and from the F5, it will translate back again to the original source. That is how your traffic will move. For the certifications, starting from 101, 201, 301, 302, probably we will be going to talk about the certification. With respect to the certification also we will learn. Okay, so you can able to crack the certification parts. Okay. Any question, guys? I hope I have answered multiple of things, whatever you are looking for it. But yeah, if you have any question, please do let me know. With respect to the lab, I already shown you that this is your lab. and every one of you have their own port, it means every one of you will do your own configuration. It's not like that person A is doing some configuration and person B is impacting with that. No. Every one of you have their individual lab 24/7 in whatever country you are, whatever zone you are, you can work as per your own time. Sure. Any question, guys?
Sir, you taught F5 and other than F5.
Okay. So here, I do teach CCI enterprise. Okay. I do teach F5, LTM, GTM, ASM. Okay. I do teach SD-WAN. I do teach Python. I do teach Nexus, wireless. So currently only these courses I am delivering.
Python,
Okay.
Python for cybersecurity. Why Python?
Python is bit like your automation language, which can be implemented in any field. It is bit like if you learn about the ACL, you can apply the ACL anywhere. Similarly, you can learn about the Python and you can implement this Python anywhere. Again, I would like to request you guys, please go to the NetMinion YouTube, and there you will be able to find out, like, we have a lot of videos for the Python also. Maybe one of them should be over here as well. So you just click over here, you can able to understand like how we teach, what kind of syllabus. If you wanted to see, you just go down, download the syllabus. Okay, you would be able to understand like what is the level, how we teach, okay, what kind of stuff is there. For the GTM also, for the ASM also, for the CCI also, for the ACI or cybersecurity, whatever you wanted to go with, please go to the YouTube. Already there are a lot of videos from the past batches. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Manjeet, any question from your side? Zara, and the one who joined again, maybe with Zoya Sangwan name.
Where we can see the batch charges, like different batch charges, including LTM or maybe some other GTM.
So that you can be directly coordinated with Zoya. Zoya will able to answer you. And also, if you wanted to contact with me, you just go to any of the website, netminion.net. You just click on the WhatsApp and you will be leading to me directly.
Okay.
Okay. Any of the website, maybe the main website or whatever, you just click on the WhatsApp and you will be leading to. You can click over here, one of the person named as Sahil, he can also tell you the Zoya number and everything. Probably you can go to the contact us and there also you will get the numbers. Okay.
Sure. Actually, I got to know about you yesterday evening only. So one of my friend told you about. So and today I got this message that there is a class for LTM, I mean demo class.
Demo,
So
yeah.
I thought that it's better to have some idea.
Yeah. I hope you got something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.